Today, we're making a banoffee pie. This British classic dessert features a chocolate biscuit base, a smooth layer of caramel, chopped bananas, and it's topped with a soft, lightly sweetened whipped cream and chocolate shavings. If you haven't tried it, you really need to.
The perfect tin for this recipe is a removable bottom tart tin. Mine measures 9 inches, 23 centimeters across.
If you haven't got a tart pan, you can even make this in a spring form.
You want to grease your tin very well. I'm using butter and making sure I get it in all of the ridges up the side and completely covering the bottom. A good tip is to melt a little bit of the butter on the tips of your fingers and rub it into all of the crevices. Start by crushing 300 grams of digestive biscuits. We're looking for just over 2 cups of biscuit crumbs. It's important to squeeze out as much air as possible from the bag before you start crushing them so that your bag doesn't explode when you give them a whack. You could use graham cracker crumbs if those are available to you, or you could use chocolate digestives and leave the melted chocolate out of the crust recipe. Pour your crushed biscuits into a bowl and set them aside. Into a heat-proof bowl, add 75 grams, 5 1/4 tablespoons of butter, and 75 grams, 2 1/2 ounces of chopped dark chocolate. We're going to melt this together over a double boiler, but you could just as easily do this in the microwave. Heat it for 10 seconds at a time, stirring in between to make sure nothing burns. Once the mixture is melted and completely smooth, add it to your crushed biscuits. Don't toss that hot water just yet. I've got a top tip coming up soon. Mix together the melted butter and chocolate and the biscuits, then quickly pour it into your tart tin before the chocolate starts to set. Start leveling out your base with a spatula or the back of a spoon. Gently start to press it up the sides of your tart tin. Once it's evenly spread out, use the bottom of a flat glass and press the crust into the tin. This gives a really clean edge to your pie. Finally, I like to give it one more good pressing with my hands to make sure it's properly set in the tin. I'm going to pop that in the fridge for 15 minutes so that the butter and the chocolate can set up.
Here's a great tip to get all of the milk out of your condensed milk tin.
Pop your can in a large mug or bowl. Then take the leftover hot water we used from the double boiler and pour it over the can until it's completely submerged. You could also do this with water from a kettle. Let that sit for about 10 minutes and then drain off the water and dry your can. When you open your tin, the milk will be runny and fluid and will pour straight out. To a saucepan over medium heat, add 115 grams, 8 tablespoons of butter, and 115 grams, half a cup of dark brown sugar. You're going to want this to start melting together. You'll want to continue stirring your butter and sugar mix so that it doesn't burn. You'll know this is ready when it's completely amalgamated and there's no butter floating on top of the sugar. It'll look something like this. Add your condensed milk to your butter and sugar mix and let it start to bubble. Once you start seeing those bubbles, let it cook for 3 minutes, stirring continuously. Depending on your stove, you may need to adjust the heat. When the 3 minutes is up, add in a pinch of salt and a teaspoon of vanilla. Give that a good stir to combine, and then pour it over your refrigerated tart shell. Fill your toffee layer until it's at least halfway up the sides of the tart. Let this chill in the fridge for at least an hour. You can see the toffee layer has set up beautifully and it's ready for our bananas and whipped cream. I like to remove the ends of the bananas. It makes sure each banana piece is even and flat across the pie. You'll want to cut your bananas about 1 centimeter thick. Depending on the size of your bananas, you'll need about 2 or 3.
And if you don't like bananas, I've even made this pie without them, and it's still delicious.
And then just arrange them on top of the toffee layer. I'd recommend starting with the edges and working your way in so it's completely filled with banana. Start whipping 450 milliliters, about 2 cups of double or heavy cream that's been chilled. It will whip up much easier if it's cold. Once it starts to thicken, add in 17 grams, 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar, and 2 grams, 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. Make sure to sift these in so you don't get any lumps.
The cream of tartar acts as a stabilizer in the whipped cream. This means you can top your pie hours in advance and it won't fall.
Continue whipping until you have medium peaks. You want it to still be a little bit soft, not too firm, but you don't want it to fall over completely. I'm going to be a little bit extra and pipe my cream on top with a star tip. You could just as easily plonk the whipped cream on top of the bananas with a spoon or spatula, cover it with chocolate, and serve. Just be sure to cover all of the banana pieces with the whipped cream so that they don't go brown. I start with a base layer of whipped cream all over the pie and then fill in any gaps with my star tip. The variations in size and pattern with a star tip makes this look so elegant. And finally, grab a bar of dark chocolate and a vegetable peeler and cover the top with some beautiful chocolate shavings. Grab yourself a flat bottom glass and place your pie carefully on top. Then slowly and carefully start to wiggle the sides of the tart tin to release it.
This is best served on the day you make it, but no later than the day after. You don't want those bananas to go mushy on us. If you're looking for another British classic, check out my perfect scone recipe. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe because I come out with a new video every week. See you next time.